Hi guys, this is Emmanuel
and Zeke
from
Easy Go Travel. And here we are having breakfast at the Wake again. You only have two options between Razzle Dazzle and the Wake or the Galley. But since we enjoy more of a sit-down kind of dining, we had to go with the Wake. So here we are going to the Bimini Beach Club in Bimini. So there's three stops. The Fisherman's port where you can shop, the casino, and the Bimini Beach Club. We ended up going to the casino first just to check it out, and then we basically walked to the Bimini Beach Club. But like I said, we stopped here because it's Resorts World in Bimini. It was a pretty small casino, but nonetheless, it was cute. It had really good views, and like I said, it was pretty much there for ourselves. So we did have a good time. We lost money. Shocking. But nonetheless, after that, we walked to the beach club, which wasn't that bad of a walk. It was maybe 10 minutes. So we didn't want to wait for the tram. But once we were here, most of the people were pretty much at the beach club. Because this is the main, the main event or the main reason why you want to go. So, like I said, the water was crystal clear. It was beautiful. The weather was perfect. The water was perfect. We definitely had an amazing time in the water. It was just honestly probably one of the better experiences that I've had while cruising, and definitely does not compare to perfect day at CocoCay with Royal Caribbean. And like I said, this water is so much better, so much clearer, and definitely just the perfect overall conditions to be in the water. So no shade to perfect day at CocoCay, but this is definitely one of the better experiences, especially because it's already an adults only cruise, so therefore the beach club is already adults only, which with Royal Caribbean we would have to pay to go to the adults only area. So this is already it's an automatic win for us. So we did a good time. We were here for quite a while, and of course we had some fun. We made some videos, took pictures, and we just had a really good time in the ocean. A lot of people were here as well, next to us, around us, swimming, relaxing, and just socializing. As you can see in the back, there's a lot of beach chairs, as well as umbrellas. So definitely there's enough seating for everybody. So we did not feel, the need to reserve one. We could just get in and not worry about having a place to sit or relax to dry off.
Blue Point. I don't think
Once we had our fill of, being in the ocean, we didn't call it a day, but we definitely did take a break from being in the water. And we will just kind of go back and try to see if we can go to the actual beach club and try to find a better spot to sit and relax. So here we are. This is what it looks like. There's a lot of seating as well, a lot of benches, and the food was also amazing. I was definitely taken away by the quality of the food. Pulled pork, a little fruit salad, and a little bun cake, plus many more options that we couldn't see or had a chance to eat. But definitely the food was definitely top notch. And like I said, no shade to perfect day at CocoCay, but even the food here at the Bimini Beach Club is way better. So like I said, now we're at the pool, and there's a lot of seating, and it wasn't as crowded at first, but of course as the day progressed and there's going to be events later on taking place at the pool, it was definitely getting more crowded. So we were in for quite some time, then we would get out for a little bit, have a drink, relax, and then get back in the water. But like I said, it's just, it was just a time to relax, enjoy ourselves. It is also our last day of this trip. So we definitely had to make the most out of it. And as you can see, the floaties came out and they started performing the Happenings cast. So it was just a party. And what really makes this even more special is how engaging the Happenings cast is on this trip. It's like honestly the most engagement we've seen from them. And we actually got to talk to a lot of them actually throughout this trip. And we took pictures with them as well, especially now that they're in their mermaid attire. And of course, we had to socialize, talk, and take pictures. And of course, the friends that we met along our trip were also here as well. So we got to also, talk with them, have some drinks, and take pictures. And like I said, have some fun and really enjoy, the rest of our day here at the beach club. So here we are with the mermaids. Of course, I had to take a picture with them in their mermaid attire. I had to. So definitely one of my favorite shots. And you can see here's the people that we met on this ship. And yeah, we just had a good time. I got rid of the floaty because it was kind of getting in the way. So, we had to really just, share the floaties around and, pass it along. And of course, here's Emmanuel and his floaty doing a solo shot from his point of view. So nonetheless, we had a good time. It was very fun. And once we were kind of pretty much done for the day and said goodbye, we walked around a little bit more. And yeah, I think people were starting to leave because, like I said, it was getting late in the day. And I think we only had maybe like an hour or two left before we had to board back. Of course, we had to take the tram back to the ship because it is a very long walk from the beach club to the actual Fisherman's village where you can shop, but also a long walkway to the actual ship. While in the Fisherman's village, we did stop here, but honestly, the vibe was really not it. It was pretty much dead, not a lot of shops, but also pretty expensive for what they were selling souvenirs and stuff for. It was definitely a little bit overpriced. But like I said, it was just, we walked around just to kind of see it. Took a picture of the chair with the Bimini sign on it. But nonetheless, it's kind of like, okay, let's just walk around and just head back. But nonetheless, you can see there's a lot of homes here. And here it looks like a retirement kind of spot, to be honest. And here we are on the tram on our way back to the ship. There was another beach right next to us, which I've seen before, but we didn't get to stop there. But maybe, there's always next time. And like I said, here we are getting back on our ship, the Resilient Lady. And yeah, another successful day and our last stop in Bimini. Very, very memorable. And like I said, I would love to come back here. Because not just for the food, but also just for the vibe. And yeah, another great day. And on to dinner at the wake. After a very fun day, we had to fuel up and have some food. And of course, we repeated the wake since we already tried all the restaurants. So we just kind of had to go back to one of our favorite spots. So with this ship, they have a different decor. So in this case, this one had the seahorses, while Scarlet Lady had the actual horses. So every ship is different, and this is one way they stand out. And don't forget, guys, to hit like and subscribe and share for more content. And after we had some fun on the seahorses, we went to go play a game with the Diva, a little game show kind of thing called Scoop There It Is. And we were just there pretty early, so the other host, was able to kind of, you know, get a hold of us and see like, okay, who wants to participate, and we'll get a reward afterward for participating. We don't have to win, we just have to just take place and have fun. So basically trivia, ice cream trivia with the Diva. So yeah, it was pretty fun. We were there for a good 30 minutes, and it was funny, it was engaging, and we actually did pretty good. So yeah, I got some questions right, and we got lucky, and we kind of made it pretty far. And like I said, just being able to engage and have fun, and you know, it was very a fun experience.
Okay, now number 4, what is your name? Where are you from? Zeke from California. Which part? Sacramento. I've never heard of that.
Hi, Zeke from Sacramento.
Zeke, what is your favorite state in America? California.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. You never know.
Alright. Well, we got to know our contestants.
We did.
So, should we just play the game?
Yeah, I think we should just
Okay.
crack on. And you're gonna hold it up, you can have a feel and guess what the item is.
Alright,
Okay?
so you're contestant number 1, so blindfold on and
Let's do
ready. Let's make sure.
Okay.
Alright, I think we're ready. Okay. Alright, contestant number 1, go ahead and feel my box. Nice and slow and soft. It's like contestant number 4.
Here we go. Not for the last time though.
It's hard, isn't it? Yes. It's been roused and ready. The last 2 contestants got me there.
It is an ice cream cone. Yes, you can put that on.
Yeah.
Help us on the way!
Yeah! No, that is correct.
Dog blank.
Hot blank slide. Hot blank slide. Water is
Thank you.
Okay. So please come forward, face each other. Now, here's what's gonna happen. Yes, like Miss Universe, except you're gonna be winning a float. So, I'm gonna rattle off some trivia questions, okay, all about ice cream, and you have to answer them. You need your bell. Yes,
yeah.
you need your bell. Get your bell. It's not my job. Get your bell.
Sorry, I'm not being a very good assistant.
I don't know why you keep putting the bell down. Now, you need 3 out of 5 to win, okay? Yes, this is very serious. This is very intense. Cinnamon
And I made it
or
to
C,
the final round.
coffee.
So after a
Yes.
long trivia game,
Coffee is
we made it to the
correct.
very end, and yeah, we had fun. And here we are,
What
finalizing the last couple
organization was
questions,
freeze-dried originally created
and you'll
for?
see what the
A,
results are
NASA,
in a minute.
B, Star Trek, or C, SpaceX? Yes. It is NASA, you are correct! And please give it up for our loser who is going to be going out to pasture forever, never to be seen again. You will be getting a float though, don't you worry, okay? Everyone,
I'm sorry, but this is not your time. Now, sashay away.
So yes, I won a float. We ended up choosing, me and another contestant, got the most expensive drink that they had to offer. So it was very delicious. It has alcohol in it, obviously. So yeah, it was very yummy. But after that, we made our way to the main entertainment room where we got to see Persephone, which is, you know, another one of the productions with a lot of dancing, acrobatics, and it's just a really engaging, fun show. So yes, this was involved a lot of dancers, a lot of screens were used, and it was a really beautiful story I think told. And yeah, you can see we're all standing there, but literally like there's so many moving pieces that it just, you don't really feel it. Like it just feels like you're part of the show and you're just having a good time.
of other beings and other voices, other processes of growth.
And before we go with the seasons rolling, we play our role.
So yeah, this was a good way to end the night. And fortunately, we did see this because one thing I forgot to mention was the show was delayed. Somebody had an accident and they had to alter the number, but nonetheless, we were able to see the show on the last night of our trip. And here we are, waking up the following morning as we were back in Miami and having our last meal at Razzle Dazzle.
And the bacon.
A very yummy, delicious way to end our vacation. So of course, we had to get our favorite meat, our favorite items, and nonetheless, you know, don't forget the bacon. So, like I said, a perfect way to end the morning, and unfortunately say goodbye to our second Virgin cruise on Resilient Lady.